All right then, I can go ahead. Yeah, I have not yet. I'm not sharing screen now for some time. Let me just go ahead and finish the discussion without the screen share, and I'll go to the screen share maybe as questions come as needed. Huh? Just to make sure. Just conserve bandwidth and otherwise. Right now we are here fine. So I'll go ahead. I was talking about a kind of a box projection, right? Maybe some of you may have access to something like that, a good way of projecting the sun. But if not, one other possibility, and again, we cannot be sure every one of us will get this possibility. A simple small uh, hole that you may do in a piece of cardboard or something. I'm just using this mask to say a piece of cardboard. You make a hole in it that every one of us will have. And with that, we are going to get a small, simple image with which we can observe the eclipse. We can measure the timings when the eclipse has started, at least, and when the eclipse has ended. Maybe it will be a little difficult to discern when it is maximum, but if you can do that. So, with a simple equipment, try to find out what all you can get. What are these measurements that you can do? Now, maybe if you make the hole a little larger but able to hold it up higher, maybe you will get a nice sharp image with such a simple pinhole. And alternately, now see the height of the tree, and from there the gaps in the leaves, that is the size of the pinhole, and from there you get a nice big, maybe 10 centimeter sized image of the sun under the trees. If you get that, wonderful. I hope some of you will at least be lucky enough to find, and you have to look at it, look for it today, tomorrow, etc., etc., not on the day of the eclipse, but look around the time of the eclipse. And if you find that, then you may be able to do a simple measurement. And so probably I have to do the screen share now to show you what I was trying to discuss at that time as a simple measurement to do if you happen to have some way of uh, getting a largish size projected image of the sun. Then there are two things I would suggest you do. One is just take a graph sheet and put it under the tree where the sun is coming and keep taking photographs. That is one way. In fact, with that, maybe you can do quite a bit. I'll talk about that a little later. But this other one, which is actually physical construction, I'm asking you to do, put a piece of paper under the tree and where the circle of the sun is visible. And on the circle of the sun, mark 3 points. It's not going to be easy with the tree pinhole. It would be very easy with the box projection, but with the tree pinhole, it's going to be tricky. But I hope one or two of you at least are going to be tenacious enough, find a tree and do this. And once you mark these 3 points, take the paper out. But please remember which tree pinhole image you're working with. Huh? Mark it with chalk or something. And then you draw the triangle, draw the perpendicular bisectors of this, and draw the circle. So this circle should be then roughly the same size as the projected image of the sun. Put this paper back and try to measure how much time sun takes when it is right inside this. Place your paper so that the sun is right inside this and wait for sun to drift out. Like the sun was, oh, let me just keep my video also on. So when the sun is inside the circle you have drawn, start a stop clock and don't disturb anything and wait for the sun to slowly drift out, drift out, drift out. Let us come exactly outside the circle. Stop the stop clock and measure this time and convert it to seconds, by the way. It may be some minutes, some seconds. Convert it to seconds. And then given that the sun, this is an approximation of course, but it works for us, that in 24 seconds the sun makes an angle of 360 degrees. So in t seconds what it will do, 360 into the t seconds divided by 24 was hours, so multiply by 60 and 60. So using this you actually can get the angular diameter of the sun. So you can measure this. You can measure this tomorrow, day after, if you find your trees. Then on the day of the eclipse, you can actually make another construction. If you happen to have that the tree image, then on this circle of the moon, see this is where the eclipse is starting. You can again mark some points, 3 points, and you connect the chords And let me show this image a little larger. You connect the chords and draw the perpendicular bisectors and let them meet at one point, and then you have to measure the radius. Now I've just gone through it very very quickly. So if you're actually going to do this, you may need a little more continued interaction. I hope there will be some possibility of that. We have some WhatsApp groups, and so I'll try and send the link of that WhatsApp group here. So those of you who are interested, join that, and then we will continue to discuss how this can be done. But look at this. You use a graph sheet like this, put it under the tree, and as the eclipse happens, keep taking photographs, and there you have so much data from the eclipse. Using this kind of data, you can actually measure how much fraction of eclipse with time. This is what some students did back in 2006. Now a planetarium, but of course using equipment like a telescope and projection and so on. There are many such things which can be done. But please take a look at this. Keep ready some good graph sheets. But of course, you have to be lucky enough to have that nice pinhole image from a tree. If not, make your own pinhole, maybe a little larger, and try to project it from a height so that you get a slightly larger size projected image of the sun, and then place the graph sheet under that and take photographs. And I would request you to share it in the WhatsApp group. I have a WhatsApp group, Solar Eclipse. I'll have to figure out what that is, and before we end this, I guess I'll have to send it to you, right? Yeah, there, that is the Solar Eclipse group. And so I would like you all to join that. Let me just get the group thing so that I can post it in the chat. Because you see what we are having here right now. How do I do this? Here it is. This is in this time is not sufficient. Perhaps there is the link. I'll try to type it in the chat. Now it's going to come with that solar eclipse also mentioned. Doesn't matter. Here is the WhatsApp group. I would like you all to join in this WhatsApp group, please. I hope I've done that right. And so once you do that, this particular exercise which I want you to do, I'm very keen that as many of you as possible give this a try. Apart from this kind of construction which I talked about, all of this can be done once you have a picture like this. So how will you get this picture? And